Hello guys, so I am continuing my Kate Bush album journey today with Lionheart. I am going to get right into it. Excited as always. If you'd like to see the full-length version of this video, you can do so on my Patreon, which is linked in the description. Alright, Symphony in Blue. Sorry for the silence, guys. I'm just trying to keep up with the lyrical content. She is giving me a lot of information right now. And as much as she's talking about blue, the song certainly does not feel blue. You know, that song felt like a stream of consciousness in a way, and everything was described so vividly, even by Kate Bush standards, which makes me think that song is actually personal to her. It very well could be written from the perspective of a character, but it felt to me like she was describing what was going on in her mind at the time. And if that is the case, it makes perfect sense for it to be an opening track. Next up, In Search of Peter Pan.
It's been such a long week, so much crying. I no longer see a future. She whispers that I'm a poor kid, and Granny takes me on her knee. She tells me I'm too sensitive. She makes me sad, but my face is empty.
I love that she's only harmonizing certain words or parts of the phrases.
He keeps it under his pillow, but I've got a pillow. Second step, straight to morning. Second step, straight to morning. Second step.
In Search of Peter Pan is definitely in the running to be a top 3 track for me. I thought it was absolutely stunning, melodically and sonically, and also slightly heartbreaking lyrically. I couldn't help but picture an innocent little kid having their dreams sort of crushed by their parents. I've said this before, and I could still be wrong, but I wholeheartedly believe that one of Kate's biggest goals with her music is to make sure no one loses their imagination. And if In Search of Peter Pan isn't evidence of that, I don't know what is. Next up, the iconic Wow.
We're all alone on the stage tonight. We've been told we're not afraid of you. We know our lines so well. We've said them so many times, time and time again. Wow, 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 unbelievable.
That vocal flip at the end is so fun.
He always dives too soon, too fast to save himself.
From this moment on, I will be pronouncing dives as dives because Kate did it. It's settled.
Make the sweet or be that movie queen.
Still love that song just as much as the first time I heard it. She was being so playful with her vocal delivery in certain parts of that song, but that actually requires a lot of vocal control. So I never let those moments of Kate being playful go unnoticed, because there's skill behind that. I don't see how one could listen to WoW and not immediately feel like a movie star. I just listen to it and boy am I ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Alright, next up, Don't Push Your Foot on the Heartbreak. Clever title.
Just getting feeling her heart is down, but they grease the road.
Oh,
But she's no control. Come on, you've got to use it now. You know what it's like when you know you want to go. Dropping beats, red on the pocket. Her heart is down, but they grease the road. Her heart is all down. Don't drive too slowly.
love hearing that saxophone back.
Push your foot on the heartbreak. Oh, come on, you gotta use it now. You know what it's like when you know you want to go.
That song was so intense, but so empowering. And I love that the entire song lyrically was an extended metaphor. Though I'm not sure how I feel about Kate teaching people how to drive after listening to that, I have to agree with her that pushing your foot on the heartbreak when you're already in a not great place is the last thing you need to do. Again, if Emma did decide to take Kate's advice and floor it, I just hope she was insured. That's all. Next up, Oh England, My Lionheart.
Oh, England, my lion heart, I'm in your garden, fading fast in your arms. Peter Pan steals the kids in Kensington Park. You read me Shakespeare on the Rolling Tunes, that old river poet that never ever ends, oh thumping hearts. Oh, England, my Lionheart, I don't want to go. Oh, England, my Lionheart. Oh, England, my Lionheart. Oh, England, my Lionheart. Oh, England, my
I suppose that song counts as the title track, and definitely felt like another track that's very personal to Kate and true to her experience. She certainly painted a picture in my head, describing what she may have seen growing up after World War II. Again, the details are so vivid with these songs that I feel are very personal to her. They come across as a diary entry, almost. Next up, Full House.
driving back in her car, watching the wipers squashing the leaves away. Imagination sets in, then all the voices begin, telling you things that aren't happening.
I feel like Full House had to walk so Get Out of My House could run.
Digging the knife in, she loves
voice is almost mirroring the tone of the guitar. I feel like Full House could be describing someone going through some sort of mental illness, as well as someone simply trying to part ways with their past. I'm not leaning towards one way or the other, but what I will say is that visual she described of someone driving and seeing their old self in the middle of the road trying to get out of the rain, that was beyond poetic and relatable for many people, I'm sure. Next up, In the Warm Room.
Her perfume reaches you. Eventually you'll fall for her. Down you'll go. She'll tell you she's true. She'll tell you she loves you. She's waiting in that warm room. Ooh, so you better barricade the way out. She'll tell you she's true. She'll tell you she loves you. She's waiting in that warm.
That last 30 seconds gave me some serious chills. And the best way I can describe the song currently is the most romantic lullaby I've ever heard. I just hope that warm room didn't get too warm because Kate did not specify whether they had air conditioning or not. I don't know the situation. And on that note, next up, Kashka from Baghdad. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Guess we'll see.
Kashka from Baghdad lives in
Okay.
Tennessee.
Kashka.
Another man, but no one knows who. At night, there's seen or nothing, nothing. They know the way to be happy. In the window opposite, I long to be with them. 'Cause when all the alley cats come out, I can hear music from Kashka's house. She let me love me in your love. She every night. Don't you know the same?
Okay, that song was amazing, and what I took from it is Kashka and his man are in a happy little relationship. But Kashka's neighbors are nosy and jealous. Definitely seems like a small town situation to me. Alright, next up, Coffee Homeground.
Down in the cellar, you're getting into making poison. You slip some once aside into my glass of wine. Pictures of creepy lipsticks, smeared top wallpaper, and Sybil's got ears here.
Is it just me, or could this song have been on the Dreaming album? I mean, this is absurd, and I love it. Why are we trying to poison people? That's all I want to know. It's not nice. It's really not nice.
There are was a plumber's who went a missing here on Monday. There was a tall man in a pot of tea. Could be a 6-foot large with a headlock on the rocks. With a headlock on the rocks.
Okay, so according to Genius, the song was inspired by a ride with a paranoid taxi driver who thought someone was out to poison him. And that's not funny, but that's not funny. Stop it, Bryson. What a great song to source from that encounter. I hope the taxi driver's doing okay. Loved the song sonically. Also loved Kate singing in her lower register. It threw me off in the beginning. Just wasn't expecting that. And also now I really want a Kate Bush narrated true crime show. Just putting it out there. And lastly, we have Hammer Horror, which I have also reacted to.
As the replacement for your past, all I want to do is forget you, friend. Hammer horror, won't live anymore. The first time in my life, I keep the lights on to ease my soul.
I love how we go from this beautiful theatrical sounding ballad in the first verse to a classic rock song and right back into a ballad.
To get you from back on me, all I want to do is forget you, friend.
In regard to Hammer Horror, I would probably have to give the part up because I am not dealing with a ghost. Absolutely not. But in regard to the album overall, what a fun listening experience. It truly did feel like a soundtrack, even though there was no storyline going through all 10 tracks. Another thing I noticed is that the instrumentation for many of these songs felt quite chill, for lack of a better term, in comparison to the instrumentation on pretty much every other Kate Bush album I've heard so far. That said, it was very sonically cohesive and I really enjoyed this first listen. I won't bother listing my favorite tracks because the only track I wasn't the biggest fan of on my initial listen is Full House, and my current top 3 would be In Search of Peter Pan, Wow, and Oh England, My Lionheart. But Kashka from Baghdad gets an honorable mention. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this album and your top 3 tracks. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.